Are we deferring to that maniac Grim? Ugh.
I don't...
What is done is done. Do not waste your breath justifying it to me. Countless innocent lives cut short. Even my own soldiers. And for what? Make no mistake. There will be a reckoning for the chaos you unleashed here. At least now I have a better idea of who is pulling your strings. It frightens me how well they've convinced you. Envoy, need I remind you why the Emperor sent you? To burn out a threat at any cost. To impose order where chaos reigns. If you and Heelguard are too spineless to remember your allegiance, I'll have to finish the job myself. All I wanted to do was protect Shatterscarp. Give it the chance that Fior Messiverno did not have. Unusual, isn't it? How you spared one settlement and condemned another. Not fast enough to outpace what is coming for them. A word of warning, Envoy. You and I are running out of opportunities to save the living lands from itself. I allowed you to dictate the terms of this meeting. I won't make that mistake twice. Your impudence has been noted. Until next time, Envoy.
Quick note, it's not a great survival plan to anger people like her, if you can help it.
It wasn't supposed to claim our people!
I can't believe the Inquisitor allowed this.
Something for everyone. Welcome. We're always selling to those who are buying.
Leave me to my work, envoy.
One moment.
We need to talk. You let a mad archmage unleash death with a spell. I need to know why.
He's right, Kai. Reengrim knows more about the Dream Scourge than we do, and we know more than most others do. She found a great solution, but it came with a great cost. What more could we expect?
Do you hear yourself? You both saw what kind of person she is. The twisted little world she built for herself. If ending the Dream Scourge means handing our fate to someone like her, then perhaps it's not worth the cost.
Kai, let's be honest. None of us are walking away from this with a clean conscience. But unless someone makes the tough decisions, the Dream Scourge will kill us all. Or worse. That means living with our nightmares. Embracing them if we must.
Right. Getting killed by monsters is one thing, but turning into one...
We stand here bickering while the solution is just over the horizon. Nothing matters but the garden. Shatterscarp, even Emerald Stair. They're distractions by comparison.
Envoy, we need to discuss what you did in the ruins. I just hope we made the right decision. Those ruins are priceless, and I truly look forward to exploring them again in the future, but I don't know that I'll ever truly accept what we did. What I did. Usually I know the right answer. It's obvious. Here, though... I know. We've seen enough pain caused by the Dream Scourge. Things have been... unreal. We spoke to actual ancient Akedans in the ruins. I was able to ask questions and get answers. Perhaps you'll pick a better specialty next time. Most historians have only hoped to speak with past lives through animancy. I'll blow them all away with my next paper. But to go through the trials ourselves? Oh, could we be any luckier? Fascinating. I can't imagine what it was like to grow up a godlike with no god. I'm glad you got answers, sweetheart. Well, I have to start writing this all down before I forget. But do return if you think of any other juicy details. Don't let the bedbugs bite, dearie.
Never thought I'd be going back to Galawain's Tusks. So, we found a map to the garden. Now we see how accurate those ancient godless cartographers could possibly be. Not sure how helpful that map will be, really. There's probably a reason no one's been to the garden in centuries. That'll be cold comfort when everyone thinks I'm crazy for saying I've been there. I figure either it's a complete dud and there's nothing really there, or we all lose our minds the second we show up. Either way, was it worth it? Who knows? I wish I was as convinced as you are. Thought of going to speak to a god on their turf? It doesn't make sense to me. I guess that's not my problem, really. My job is to keep you alive, whether you've got a god in your head or not. Just don't do anything stupid, all right? Anyway. Thanks for talking.
You're telling me the Archmage console hut is just a floating skull?
Oh, he does find himself between bodies from time to time, but not usually.
That must be terribly inconvenient, especially for whomever has to carry him around.
I heard a rumor he loves candied nuts. How does that work for a floating skull?
Right, I refuse to even entertain the idea of a skull floating around casting spells and eating nuts.
Then it's agreed. If we come across a floating skull, we just keep walking. Can we talk a moment? I wanted to pick your brain about Shatterscarp. How much do you really know about Adra? Very good. We severed the Adra and Naku Kubel to slow down the Dream Scourge. But at what cost? Still, I wish we had better options. The souls of the dead who go looking for a passage to the beyond will have nowhere to go. They'll be lost in darkness. Some will find their way to an Adra pillar, far from Shatterscarp. But others could wander this land for centuries. A watcher, maybe. It's a shame we haven't got one. Try as we might to help others, we won't always succeed. Even the dead can suffer the consequences of our actions. I just wish the world and its problems would leave us alone. Even for a moment. Give us time to focus on our mission. Ourselves. As do I. We both deserve a little peace. And if the world will not give it to us, then we'll just find it in each other. While I have your ear, can I ask you one more question? Much appreciated. Something about Inquisitor Ludwig has been getting to me. She seemed eager to distinguish your Adiran loyalty from your nature as a godlike, as though the two are incompatible. She believes you can be loyal to your country or to your nature, but not both. Do you find that unusual? Truthfully, I don't know. I've got this idea, but it's stuck and won't come loose. It's just... When you rejected Ludwig's offer, she wasn't surprised. As though she saw it coming. Ludwig clearly respects you, but I don't believe she trusts you. Anyway, that just had me thinking. Could be nothing, or could be something. Time will tell. Get some rest. You deserve a nap. For that matter, so do I. You want to talk? Let's talk. The better question is, can I still be an Animancer? Could I even make a difference? As long as Fior Messiverno is safe, the Living Lands will have Animancers, whether or not I am one of them. And then there's the Dream Scourge, unraveling civilization as we know it. I don't know where that leaves me. The work my parents started may have no end in sight. We don't even know if the Living Lands can be tamed politically, much less spiritually. She thought a lot of things. Not all of them were true. All I know for certain is that I've been going about this the wrong way. I should be an Animancer for the right reason. With the Dream Scourge, I haven't got one. At least someone thinks so. Thank you for believing in me, whether or not I believe in myself. Until next time.
Being here brings back memories. Ask away. You know where to find me.
You've been to Thirdborn before, right?
1,000 times. Why?
Have you ever eaten at the Dead Sword? Fish.
Once.
Oh, it's terrible, right? Temerti keeps raving about it, but I think there's just nothing else in town.
You're talking about the ragfish stew, right? That stuff would peel the bark off a tree.
Oh, that's delicious.
The last time I had it, I was bedridden for days. I don't know how they eat there every day.
I had a buttermilk biscuit there once. Spent the next week in the privy.
You just gotta soldier through it a few times. Builds character and a strong stomach.
could they? Beloved that you are, and still they bared their fangs. We blessed the Tabaru Sinakis, and they prick us in return. Roots like a wall, we only meant to protect. We thrashed against the blinding light to keep the Akita safe. We never wanted this. So many seedlings lost. We grieved, but we saved many. The burned queen. She hurt us, hurt our people. She did this. Yet still the branches swipe. We mourn, we could not be to blame. They should have shared our love. Their spite? This we could not foresee. But you are here. A green shoot after the fire. You would not raise your hand against us. Words like bile. This is not our way. Sleep now. Dream of golden poppies on the road ahead.
Did you hear about Nagunu? They found him dead in the lighthouse.
The old guy? From the swordfish? No kidding.
Someone snuck up there when he was sleeping and slit his throat.
Damn! Wonder what he did to deserve that.
I bet it was spies that got him.
A Deeren spies?
Did he ever tell you how they almost made him a citizen once?
You're thinking he knew too much.
They've got little birdies everywhere.
Wanted to start a family. So cruel, the gods. What will I tell our child? How could this happen? I don't understand. Dad. My Galawain. So cruel, the gods. What will I tell our child?
Funny seeing you here. Makes Paradise look kinda nice, doesn't it?
Who needs fabric? We still have stock.
Three dozen dead, of no apparent causes. They just fell over. Like their hearts were stopped in their chest. What did you do, Envoy? I know you're involved somehow. Bullshit. There was always another option. Something better than this massacre. Dozens are dead, Envoy. Their loved ones scream for them. What was all this for? The costs were too great, Envoy. And you paid them with Thirdborn blood. I hope your fucking decisions haunt you forever. You've cost so many families their loved ones. You have my permission to go anywhere else. Get out of my sight, Envoy.
I can't stand how quiet it's gotten. Thank the gods, someone's alive. What can I get for you?
Gods, what a job. How many more are we going to find dead?
Gods, it's good to see a living face. Is there anything you want to buy, or... Whew, I'll be damned. Never thought I'd see star metal in my lifetime. Short answer, no. Long answer, still no. But the Forge Master in Solace Keep is probably your best bet if you're looking for someone who does. Ismolt's meteoric apparatus. She's a beauty, isn't she? A traveler sold it to me ages ago. Poor bastard went up against something big out in the Highlands, limped back to town, and died a few days later. Needed the money to ship his body home. I hated to take it from him. Still, Adra inlay, brass filigree, whew. She could use a strong hand. You interested? If the stories I hear are anything to go by, like a kick in the teeth.
Watch your back out here, traveler. Temerti sent word. She said you can go. I'm sorry, Envoy. I don't have much more to say. You were responsible for all this death. But I hope you don't end up the same way, too.
Ludwig may have a skull for a face, but her fury was clear enough. If her path crosses ours again, it'll be ugly.
Frankly, I'll take any opportunity we get to ruin Ludwig's day.
I'll say this much for the Inquisitor. She's stubborn, like a rat. We've thwarted her twice now, but she keeps burrowing deeper into the living lands.
I'd say we shouldn't stay on her bad side, but I'm not sure she has any other sides.
You know her better than any of us. What's your read?
Indeed. And death is her strength and her weakness.
But you're saying there's a chance?
Well, the joke's on her in any case. Ludwig won't get very far without that map. She'll be scratching her skull.
Somehow, I don't think she'll let that stop her for long.
And Ludwig definitely strikes me as someone who doesn't leave food on her plate.
But will she do the same? I think not. Violence may be inevitable.
Ludwig and her steel garrote have the numbers and the power, but we have spunk and a map. And that might just be enough to find the garden before she does.
We're all competing for the same thing. A place we barely understand, with no guarantees of what we'll find there. Still, I am determined to reach the garden, above all else.
Oh, that's just a pile of Sokka. You won't find a blessed thing. This wild beetle chase of yours is a Padraku waste of time. To get to the garden, you have to go through Galawain's tusks. The land is made of lava and acid. It wants to eat you alive.
So it's tough odds. We've gotten this far together.
Tough odds is an extra Zarb jumping in at the last minute. This is a long trek, on foot, through a land that can barely support life. I don't have to be a Blessed Oracle to know this won't go how you think it will. And all your clues come from one source. You've been following a voice in your head. What do you know about Soppadal? How do you know you can trust them?
I hate to be the voice of reason, but we are talking about a god. There are limits to what we can even comprehend.
I have a powerful connection to my Blessed Flute, but I'm not about to take orders from it.
What's on your mind, Marius? What bothers you so?
Because I can scream until I'm blue in the face, and you people would still rather trust the Envoy's pet headache demon. And now you want to drag us through the deadliest region in the world because a sleeping god said so. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm done here. Do whatever blessed planning you want to do. You don't need me for that.
Let's just take a breath, Marius. You don't mean that.
Nope. I said what I said. Come get me when it's time to go.
Poor Marius. Something's really rattled him.
I've never seen Marius like this. Something's going on with him, but I don't know what.
Be gentle with him. Or if not gentle, understanding.
Well, hopefully Marius will be okay soon. We have to get going if we want to get to the garden before Ludwig.
We won't get far unless we look after each other. Now's your chance.
I know what you're gonna say. Marius, you need to slow down. Think about your feelings. Well, I don't want to think about my feelings. So just let me be alone for a bit. It is. And it isn't. I'm not sure what it is, really. Just the thought of going back to Galawain's Tusks makes my heart feel like it's going to explode. I sweat. My ears ring. I can't breathe. When it seems like we're really heading there, I feel like I'm dying. Right. Thanks. I understand not wanting to go back, but why can't I just thinking about it makes me feel ill. I need some time alone, Envoy. I need to get some rest. I'll be ready to go when the time comes.
We really must stop meeting like this. People will talk. Tired already, Envoy?
This place may not have much going for it, but that view across the Acid Sea is really something at night. Never. The Pargrunen of Solace are notoriously suspicious of outsiders. Though, from the looks of this place, Solace's real concern has got to be keeping its people in, not keeping the rest of us out. I'll be here if you need me.
Good evening. I've heard the Wardens are very set in their ways, for better or worse. Usually the worse. Vidaro tried to form a trade agreement with the Council. Copper and glass in exchange for grain. But it went nowhere. They weren't interested in outside help. The Wardens value self-reliance, maybe because they have an inflated sense of their own importance. No offense, Marius.
No, you pretty much got it right.
They have a righteous duty to protect these lands, and believe that it can and should be done without the help of outsiders. It's a bit like shooting yourself in the foot because you don't trust anyone else to wield the gun. For you, anything. Pleasant dreams. Heat is wreaking havoc with my equipment. I can compensate, but I'm less than happy about it.
Always thought that if I ever came back, tried growing up with that volcano on the horizon. You learn early on how fragile life can be. Not bad enough for going into more godless ruins. We're also walking face first into a beetle lair. Lovely.
on seek.
Never had a chance.
Right? Something nearby. Strange being back here. Thought I'd left for good.
Charge it up.
Something here. Gods, just the smell in here makes me wish I hadn't eaten today.
they come.
That weapon isn't working.
Open raw. CMS Mito.
Envoy, behind you! You're on your right. Taking damage.
Open raw. Avowed Longplay. Silmes Mito.
I'll fix it.
Avowed Longplay.
I was worried for a second.
got something. Watch yourself.
Earth and rock!
Take a moment, people.
Bugs. Always bugs.
Avowed Longplay. Avowed Longplay.
Just a little spark. Little power goes a long way. Just a little spark.
Radut, be reasonable. We can't live out here like this.
Listen, we're besieged by Malian who are outsiders. Lorraine still begs me to search for the missing Adirian merchant convoy, but we're stretched too thin even for that. I only ask you to hold on a bit longer until our replacement comes.
I will try. But this can't last.
These towers are supposed to be checkpoints for wardens on patrol and travelers out in the wilds. Usually the safest places in the Tusks.
Another Adirian. Damned if I ever saw the like. So you're the envoy they reported at the gate. Beats turning away the refugees from Shatterscarp, at least. Is it true that many drop dead suddenly? Gods. Well, at least we're safe here. And better off, I think, for having you here. The sentries were right about you. You have the same features as Arnandru. Taller, of course. But nevertheless. Wait, is that you, Marius?
Gods, here we go.
What happened to your accent? Did you lose it?
I did. So Nimdudes like you would ask dumb questions.
Well, good to see you alive, regardless. You know what? I'm going to treat this as a good omen. Nandru himself knows we need one out here. Founder of Solace Keep. They have a statue of him there. You both share, similar features around the face, huh? Anyway, The Tusks never offered us much, and that was before the beetles rose in their numbers. Never mind the Zoribs, or the Dream Scourge, or fucking Amalia. The worst of them all is what she is. We can handle vermin, but to face one of your own... She and I used to command this tower in turn. I and my Wardens kept watch while she and hers rested in the keep. And so too the reverse. Until her last watch, that is. When she and her Wardens abandoned their post and marched on the gate and tried to leave. Because life in the tower is torture. We're low on supplies, the Waste are leaning against us. They had made a request to the keep for aid. After it was denied, her Warden spoke of mutiny. And after that, well, fighting broke out at the gate. My Wardens and I rushed from our leave when we heard the alarms. Drove Amalia back. Now she set up camps in the wastes. Main one is just up north in the Twined Wood. Another just west of there, in a tower. Another east, in a cave. She's broken her oath, and I'm trying to find a way to uphold mine. To watch over the garden. It is this that keeps us bound to the Tusks. Our oaths are mortal matters.
Traditionally, if a Warden's oath is unfulfilled, their spirit lingers until another Warden sees it completed. Or so they say.
So it is. And if one of our own breaks an oath, well, I'd be breaking another oath if I speak much more to Marius. But you get the idea. All I want is peace with her. But our talks, such as they were, have totally broken down. Whenever I approach, she just tells me to stay away from the land beneath her banners. And after her raid, after our skirmishes, I don't see how we can talk anymore. But would you be willing to talk to her? You are an envoy, after all. I'm sure you've diffused more complicated situations. It means I want you to make peace between us. We can't keep killing each other. I have no demands except that she stops attacking us for treading near her camps. But she says she won't stop until they can all leave. And I can't grant her passage out of the Tusks. She has no duty out there. Nor can I grant her one. I don't know how to break the stalemate. But I'll quit talking your ear off. Thank you for indulging me. If you see Amalia or any of her camps, I hope you can get through to them.
I wonder when we'll get back to the keep.
Why? Kostyu's really starting to raise a stink.
I don't know. Sometimes I wonder.
Well, let's not talk about it. Wouldn't want to ruin the meal.
Something nearby.
heard there's been more bandits seen in the Twinedwood.
I heard that too. Captain Radut says he has it under control.
The captain's a Nimdud, but I'll never doubt his dedication to rooting out bandits.
I only doubt him when he's placing bets. Everyone's saying the Envoy has Nandru's features.
I've always enjoyed the taste of beetle.
Got some. This place has seen better days.
Try to breathe. Please, just try to breathe.
My head. Under trees.
Slumbering Fields lies to the west, the last green place in the Tusks.
Need to get to this before the mortar dries.
It's amazing how many complex ecosystems you can fit into one island.
If you're buying, I'm selling. I'm not quite sure what you're holding there. But if anyone can help you, it's Forge Master Della. You can find them in the forge in Solace Keep, if they'll let you inside.
Don't worry about that. We have our ways.
Not my problem either way. Did you want to buy anything? Oh, don't worry. We're long past that.
Right. You've had your fun. Let the poor Nimdude get back to work.
Another hunt, another meal for all of us. I wonder if it'll taste any better this time.
It better be after that burrower. Their leg still hurts. Are you sure there's not anything else you can give me for the pain?
You will heal up all right. Don't worry. It will be sore for a while, but you'll be good to go soon. They all just died? What does that even mean? What happened in Shatterscar?
Wonder what the hunting is like in Adir.
Half of Shatterscar died just like that, huh? May as well dig my own grave. Save some poor bastards the effort. Envoy this, envoy that. Don't see why that matters when we're so near to starving.
Got eyes on something? Did you see me, Marius?
We could probably sneak through here and just grab the banner. Nice work. One moment.
Come on! Come all!
nearby. In that cave. Be alert.
You make this look easy.
This would be a great spot, but there are so many of them. What are you doing here? This place isn't safe. The homestead up ahead is all run by Zaribs. Used to be it was occupied by outcasts, but things happened. The region's getting more lethal. If you think the Salos steppe was hell, it's nothing next to the primordial depths up north. The Zaribs used to be more peaceful, but the recent tremors tore up the terrain so badly, they had to go south. They started turning it into one of their villages. Even ripped up the crops planted by the Wardens. What a waste. There are some Balgrunin living in the wastelands out here, all without the aid of the Wardens. If someone got rid of these Arabs, they might be able to shelter here, maybe even grow some crops. It's up to you if you would like to help out with these Arabs, but I hope you do.
Not saying a word.
tragic, but they did try to run a farm in the Tusks.
Avowed Seek! Sealness Meeto! Avowed Seek!
Well, that was fun. Something nearby. Got some.
Then raw!
Well done.
Avowed Seek! Sealman!
Not bad for a scholar.
Something nearby. Something here.
Subtle as a mouse.
Silence!
Nice job!
Got some.
Quiet as a soul.
Something here.
Corrupted by the dream scourge. I'll never get used to this.
Something nearby.
Yeah.
You dealt with the Zarabs. I didn't have any doubts about whether you could, but still, your actions will save some lives. The buildings will at least provide some shelter. Here, take this. I hope the Zarabs haven't been too much trouble.
Within raw!
Who's next? Anyone?
One moment. One moment. One moment.
We're on the precipice of something magical. You can feel it, can't you? The garden is within our grasp. All we need now is the courage and wisdom to brave the unknown. Your confidence is refreshing. I almost hate to ask, but are you afraid of what's to come? I'm not judging, just curious. The bane of every academic. I believe, for the first time in ages, that I am not afraid. I used to care so much about discovery, invention, achievement. But deep down, I was afraid. Afraid that I wasn't living up to my potential. Of course you do. What blade cuts deeper than having unachievable standards for yourself? Since we met, everything I believed has been proven wrong. That the island can be controlled, that I alone can fix it. Even my parents. Gods. They really had no idea what they were doing. Just like me. Well, it puts things into perspective. I'm so tired of being afraid. I need to accept my limitations or embrace them. Even if I'm wrong again, that's part of the journey. I have no idea where it leads. And for the first time, it's fine. Perfectly fine. Really? I wouldn't know what to do with that much encouragement. Glad I could get that off my chest. We have bigger problems to worry about, but I appreciate these little moments. Go on then. Don't be shy. Oh yes. The little butterflies in my stomach are more restless than ever. When I joined you, I needed to put a stop to the dream scourge. So much has changed since then. There may be nothing for me in the garden. Nothing I haven't learned outside of it. But I still want to see it for myself. Something tells me the garden would defy any attempt to measure it. One cannot catalog the impossible. On a journey such as this, it's better to cast aside your expectations. They can only weigh you down. Thanks for talking.
There's my favorite Adiran. Careful what you wish for, darling. So, the Godless, or the Akida, as they called themselves, were the original... Well, it's an educated... But... Yeah, suddenly, from what I... Almost like I've dreamt about the Akida my entire life. Well, I think we've covered everything. Rather, hope you enjoyed... How can... Don't mind if I do.
Rawatayans love to boast about how barren and rugged our homeland is. But we've got nothing on the Pargrunan living here. I can't fault your optimism, but would you think that if this was the only landscape you ever saw, day in and day out? According to Marius, his people are forbidden from ever leaving the Tusks.
I did tell you that, didn't I? Must have been drunk.
I'm all for pulling together, but that's just oppressive.
Right. Our sacred duty. To talk nicely about the garden once in a while and spend the rest of our time bickering among ourselves.
I just don't understand how that could be so important. Ravatai has a similar problem. Between the constant storms and the rocky soil, the lands never supported us easily. So many of us find work as sailors and mercenaries. We explore the world as soldiers or as part of a trade mission. We venture out. We're encouraged to. Yeah, strength through striving. Everyone in the Living Lands faces struggle, but people choose that, and usually to escape something worse. Forcing people into a lifetime of hardship for the sake of principle or tradition is a different matter entirely. Good thing you're asking the expert. I'll tell you what I can. We'll be covered in ash by morning.
Envoy? Last time I was here, I was fully convinced I'd never be back. I left Solace under the cover of darkness, through an exit only me and a friend of mine knew about. More importantly, I left without permission, which means I more or less exiled myself. Solace is the oldest standing settlement in the lands. Tradition all but forbids aimless wandering. I've met Pargrunen from elsewhere who seem driven to travel. Seems strange to me. You'll see when we get there. Solace isn't the most welcoming place, even to those who live there. Anyway. What do you want to talk about? Mount Forja erupts every few years. Usually just small little burps of ash and a few extra lava flows. It's like it wants to remind everyone it's still here. Which is ridiculous, really. Smell that rotten egg scent on the wind? That's Forja. As much as I want to blame it on Kai. Just another reason the people of Solace tend to stay inside. There's a place in the southwest of the Tusks called the Slumbering Fields. It's full of dry brambles and plants with nasty thorns. There used to be an old Pargrunen aqueduct out there, but it hasn't been used for a long time. No one's sure why the water stopped flowing, but without it, we've been drinking subterranean runoff for ages. That's all I know, really. Let's see. First rule in Galawain's Tusks is to be grateful for every breath. The air itself is poisonous here, if you breathe enough of it. Don't overexert yourself, and keep your heartbeat slow. A wet cloth over your mouth and nose will help. Remember that this place wants to kill you at all times. Act like your every step is putting you in danger. And make sure to clear your eyes, ears, and nose every now and then. Ash builds up faster than you'd expect. You know, if you're this interested in survival in the living lands, we can take this even further. You've done all right out here, but there's always more to know if you want to survive. So, what do you want to learn? You want to know everything? Right. You came to the right person. It's good to know things, but you need to be physically fit, so we're gonna stretch your limbs and get those joints moving. And then we're gonna give you little bites of bad berries. Maybe send you on a long run. You're gonna be as fit as an ox. Let's get started. Right, that about does it. You're a quick study. At least now I don't have to worry about you so much out there. I can spend my time watching over Kai and Yatsley. Teaching is its own reward, I guess. Oh, God. Anyone else finding it hard to breathe?
Oh, dear. Focus on something else, dear. Like how terrible the tusks smell.
We're here. Stay with us, Marius. The feeling will pass.
Right. I'm alright. It's like I'm being chased by something I can't see.
We're here, Marius. You're safe. The only thing chasing you is yourself.
God. I'm the last person I'd want to be chased by.